Have you ever told yourself that you can't do something because you're a one-woman show? Well, today we're going to dig in on how to be efficient, joyful, and profitable with or without a team. We'll raise a glass while we think tank how to make more money, have more creative freedom, and definitely more joy in your interior design business. I'm Sandra Funk, and this is Design Sips. Cheers.
Cheers, Sandra. Excited to be here today. So we have a ton of one-woman show solopreneurs in our community, so I'm so excited about this episode. Let's dig into the questions.
Same.
Allie asks, as a solopreneur, I have a hard time determining what needs to be done versus what I want to do, and it ends up getting me in trouble. Do you have any tips for prioritizing tasks or duties?
Yes, so the need to do and the want to do, right? So important to have the entire process clarified and documented so that you can really just work through this is the next thing that needs to happen. And so it's less about, oh, I want to go and play with fabrics today, but what I need to do is get the floor plan situated and set up so that I can keep this project moving forward. So I think when you don't have a system in place and a step-by-step process, it does become, I don't feel like doing that. I don't want to do that today, or I'm not ready for that, or whatever it is. You tell yourself all the stories, right? But when you have a step-by-step process and you know that it works and you know that it's best when it happens in this order, that mental space around decision-making of what I'm gonna do next is all gone, right? So you're so much more efficient because it's not what should I do next, it's just walk yourself through the system step by step by step.
Mm-hmm. And then if you decide to bring on an assistant, that stuff's already in place and you can delegate it if you so choose.
Yes, so we have so many one-woman show business owners in our community that are one-woman show and keeping it that way, and that is totally rocking. You still want to run a business that's as efficient as possible for profitability and just so you actually have a life and have, time to yourself. And then we have tons of one-woman show business owners who are ready, who need the help, who are ready for the help, who are open to the help. But really, if they don't have those systems in place, it's hard to use someone else's help if you don't have a really clear process in place. So a lot of our designers are using the standard to get that documented step-by-step system so that they can move forward with delegating hiring, if it's a virtual assistant, a full-time hire, or just some freelance help.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Okay, Marnie asks, I want to invest in your program, but do I need a team to make it work?
Definitely not. So I thought in the very beginning that it was that it was really best suited for a team, but man, oh man, the hundreds of designers in the program have shown me that that it works for kind of all walks of life inside of interior design, and that our one-woman show community is so strong and are benefiting beautifully from the standard. So yeah, we've kind of we've blown the top off that, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and I think once they're inside, they realize, we give job listings, we give, just step-by-step processes that they won't need to do all the initial work that they thought they would need to do to hire.
Right, and I think that's a big part of it is we have a whole module around building the dream team, and we do take all the stress and anxiety away from hiring so that they really can imagine themselves like grabbing that job posting and putting it out there, and without all the, I don't even have time to hire kind of feelings, which I have been there. I was definitely, when I was a one-woman show and I was I knew I was overwhelmed and I knew I needed help, but I first needed to get my systems in place, and second, had no idea where to go to start to hire people. So just trying to shortcut all of that, handing you the systems and handing you the resources to hire so that when you are ready to start to delegate and start to do a little bit of scale and growth, it's all there at your fingertips.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Along with having a step-by-step process, do you have any other strategies that you do just to set up your day for success?
Oh, absolutely. So it is really, really important to, like, I have this like timesheet that I keep on the right-hand side of my desk when it's not cleared off for design tips. And that has like my mission statement to just keep me focused on, what is the big picture? Where am I going in this life? And then I have my 3 most important tasks for the day, only 3. If I accomplish those and can get to more, excellent. If not, that's fine. And then I have room to just kind of jot down, like, I have a meeting at this time. I'm gonna time block this in the morning. I'm gonna time block that. And of course, tracking any time that I'm spending on client projects, because I'm just gonna always have that data so that I can go back and make sure that we're profitable and we're pricing them correctly and all the things. So that little, and I like it handwritten and I like it next to me because it like shouts louder than it just being in my task management system, because there's a million tasks in my task management system, but like, what am I doing today? Where am I going, right? And I'm a write it out person. Like when I write something, I know it. So by writing my intentions for what I'm going to get done and where I need to be, like what are my commitments already and then what are my intentions, there's something very solid about that. And it sinks in, and you do kind of like say like, okay, yeah, there's a lot happening, but these 3 things are going to get done today. This is what I set out to do. So I think that's huge. And then obviously, maybe not obviously, doing those most important things that are going to move things forward earlier in the day, because the fires happen, the emails come in, the things go on. So if you can really set yourself up for a work block early in the day, before you open email, before you start to kind of, the team starts calling and texting you needing things, that's your highest likely chance of getting it done. Another really important thing for getting it all done is meditating every morning. So taking a little time, maybe that's setting intentions, maybe that's prayer, whatever it is for you, but taking some time to kind of clear your mind, set intentions, go into the day with some clarity. That really helps your efficiency and just focus all the way around.
Mm-hmm. Such great advice. Yes, cheers to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easy for women shows, and we know this, from surveying, we have women shows looking to grow, and
Mm-hmm.
right, the other ones who are totally cool with how it is,
Mm-hmm.
but the comparison game and seeing how other firms are doing it, how fast they're growing, how many team members they have. How do you protect your headspace from not spiraling into the comparison trap?
I love this. We did a reel recently, and if you haven't seen it, it'll be floating around in our universe. But and it was like something cute, like, girl, you can't compete with me because I want the best for you. And I think it's a mindset shift away from competition and into abundance. So, and that's one of those things that you have to set the intention, and you have to return to that intention time and time again, especially when your friend over there is rocking it or telling you, they just signed this huge client or they're doing this 10-year hotel project. Like, you really have to tell yourself, like, you have to set those intentions of believing in abundance over competition. And you have to say, like, with all genuine reality, like, I'm so proud of you and so happy for you. And that gratitude and that abundance mindset, it does circle back, and it does come back, and it does touch on you as well, and bring abundance to you. So what we put out, we get back. And if you're putting out competition or evil eyes or, daggers of like jealousy, envy, those are negative, lower emotions, and they will come back to you. So watch what you put out there, I would say. Mm-hmm. And it's just really about being intentional. If it's, if somebody's having like this, Instagram perfect life and it's too hard to watch, there's also unfollowing them. Like, you don't have to stay in that if it's hard for you. But my coach would tell me that's the easy way out. The harder way is to stay in that, stay present with them, and to give them their, bless them for their abundance. So that's the bigger challenge.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think that's a really interesting, unique approach to looking at when you're struggling with that type of thing. So cheers to abundance.
Yeah, to abundance.
Okay, Stephanie says, I spend so much time trying to remember to do everything that oftentimes things are overlooked. How the heck am I supposed to do it all when I'm the only one doing it?
Yeah. So when I was first starting out and I was a one-woman show, it was like sticky note village. Like everything was like, don't forget to do this and don't forget to do that, and lists everywhere and piles everywhere. Not my best, best moment with all of that. But so when I started to make myself little checklists, and then I started to save them, and then I started to, kind of seek out a way to get this thing under control. That is when I went from waking up in the middle of the night and like scribbling things on the side, on a notepad on the side of my bed of like, oh, I have to remember to do this and I have to remember to do that, to let me just write down everything that I have to do, and then make that, like back in the day, it was like make that into a checklist so that I don't forget those steps the next time I'm doing this project. And now it's, I love Asana, my task management program, whatever task management program you use, but now there's repeating tasks and there's a checklist like that, but each individual item can be assigned to different team members. Like, you got to get a system, you got to get a process in place. And what we know for sure is that the process of interior design is the same for every client, right? There's times when you do more because you're building from scratch, and you'll do less because you're only doing furnishings. But the process, the way that you move through a project, the way that you set budgets together and you go through conceptual design and you get buy-in as you go, and then you take it all the way down to purchasing, right? That flow is consistent across all projects. And so when you can get that documented, then you can start to sleep through the night like a baby, because you're not, again, we take the what should I do next, or what am I forgetting, or did I do that yet, completely off the table when it's all documented. And that's the baseline for the standard, right? It's my entire process, honed and refined over 20 years in business, from soup to nuts, so that you can take it step by step by step by step.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And sleep like a baby. Cheers. If you're ready to get that level of sleeping through the night in place, a process so clean and clear that you know exactly what to do next, then come check out the Interior Design Standard. I'm so convinced you're going to love it. I am gifting you a free module so that you can really dig in and see exactly what being inside the standard is like.